These things look awesome, great quality. Can't wait to get them on the car. They are hub centric. I went with a 15mm spacer. I'm gonna get that more flush fitment. Because take a look at the tire. It's pretty far in there. As you guys know, if you watched my last couple of videos ago, I did lower the car on Swift springs. They are the FL5 specific ones. I don't know if the FK8 ones would make the drop any different. I don't think so. I think it's just the ride quality that changes. But I do have the FL5 specific Swift springs. So lowered the car, gave it that nice stance. But now the wheel is just way too far into the fender liner. So I went ahead and got myself these wheel spacers to take care of that. I got these specifically. These are Bonoss, as I mentioned, and you see in the title. They are forged with active cooling in them. There's a cool little diagram in them. They have these grooves on the back that let air flow through them so they don't heat up. Keep the area a little bit cooler, which is nice. Also good for braking and whatnot. But you see these grooves here? Air goes in from the side there. It just channels through. Keeps temps down, so that's nice. Hub centric right there. These are forged, so they are strong as hell. They are black anodized as well, so the paint, that they use on here to get their color shouldn't fade or anything. Helps with rust as well. The nuts are also hard anodized, so that's pretty awesome. You got their cool little logo right there. But one thing I really like about these, aside from the cooling feature, is that because of the cooling feature, it gives it this little groove here on the side. So if you ever get them on there and need to take them back off and they're like stuck, because these are gonna go right here between the wheel and the rotor. So it's gonna go in there to push the wheel out. So the little groove here on the side, it's gonna come in handy whenever the time comes to remove these. Make it a lot easier. You don't have to worry about pulling on the threads or anything like that and risk damaging and scratching it all up. So yeah, I got these. Can't wait to put them in the car. They should give it a nice stance. I'm gonna go ahead and jack it up right now and get the first one on, and then we'll see what it looks like. But again, very excited for these. They do feel very, very high quality. I got all 4 of them in the 15mm size. So gonna be a squared fitment all the way around. They also do give you a 10-year warranty on these. So they should last a very long time and keep up with good quality on them. Shouldn't have any issues. A company wouldn't give you a 10-year warranty if they didn't think it could last minimum at least those 10 years. So very, very excited to get these on the car. Alright, so go ahead and get these installed. These come with these nice little caps to protect the threads. So just pop those off real quick off each one of these. Not gonna need those anymore. You can toss those. Let's go ahead and take these nuts off of here. These were made for my car, but of course you always want to make sure, because these nuts that are provided are the ones that you're going to use on here. So I'll go ahead and just try one real quick. Yep, it goes in like butter. So now I know we're good to go, and I can continue with the install. You always want to check that. Hate to do all this work, go to put it on, and then the nut doesn't fit. That shouldn't ever happen, because these are specific to your car. They do require you to put in all your car's info, year, make, and model, and all that good stuff. So you should get a perfect set. But accidents happen. So how this works is you're gonna put it through these holes here, just like this. First let me go ahead and clean this off a little bit. That looks pretty good. Oh, another thing you can check is on the wheel itself. Now check the wheel fitment on this end before, you know, tighten it all down, because again, I don't want to do all that and then have to take it back off. But just in case, you know, this is the hub here. You want to make sure that that fits good into your wheel center bore here. So you want to go ahead and line it up. These bolts are going to go through the holes in the wheel, so just line it up. Oh yeah, nice and snug. Let me see if you can see through this side. It's kind of flat. Alright, this should make a really good fit. So let's go ahead, put them on, tighten them down, then get the wheel on and drop the car and see what it looks like. So again, seated on there nicely, and then use the nuts, and they're gonna go on the OEM threads, which is the silver ones, not the black ones. And these are gonna be nice and flush with the spacer itself, so the wheel can sit flush on the spacer. Oh, and of course you want to put the nuts in just in case, but you want to put the nuts in with the curved edge towards the inside, and you want the flat side out. That is very important, because that's what's going to keep your spacer basically centered, because these grooves, the groove of the nut here is gonna help it sit to where the spacer sits perfectly in the center of the studs here. And then it is a 19 millimeter, so 19 millimeter for the Bonoss nuts. All right, got them on there by hand, so now let's go ahead and torque them down. It's recommended to use whatever your wheels torque specs are. Use those same specs. I just use my gun for now. Always have. Got good luck with it. Tightens it a little bit more than the OEM spec. So I'm good with that. And of course, do your crisscross pattern when torquing. Alright, I'll go ahead and feel the nut around it, make sure it's all flush with the spacer slash inside. You don't want it protruding, then that way the wheel sits flush on there. So now we just gotta get the wheel on, tighten that up, and we're done. And the wheel's gonna go on the new Bonoss black studs. Now I am putting these on the OEM wheels, as you can tell, but whatever wheels you have, if you got aftermarket wheels, what you want to make sure also to know that you'll be good with fitment wise, because obviously the OEM studs here that come through the rotor are protruding, so you need a wheel that has a deep enough indent in here to be able to basically not hit that stud. So the OEM wheel has a pretty good indent, so it fits nicely. This stud will fit right into that wheel indent, so I don't have to worry about it. And I also know, because I've asked other people that have these Bonoss spacers on the OEM wheels, they have zero issues with fitment. Problem can occur is that the stud here might be too long, it might not fit, and actually it will hit the wheel and won't let the wheel sit flush onto the spacer. And then you can make it work, but you got to do some modifications, because then you'll basically have to shave down and cut down the stud here to make it shorter, so it's not protruding as much, and so that it goes into the wheel. That would be a pain in the butt, in my opinion. I would hate to have to do that. So make sure you get your wheels are compatible with the spacer. Another way to combat that is to go with a thicker spacer, because your studs are always going to stay the same length, but if you get a thicker spacer, the wheel won't go in as much. So, but then of course you're, I guess you could say, a little bit more limited on the size slash fitment that you can use of spacers. So I wanted 15 because I thought 20 was a little too much, but if you got a 20 for example, you more than likely will not have that issue at all because the 20 is thicker, so the stud here won't be sticking out as far. But just keep that in mind when ordering yourself some spacers and looking for spacers. Hey guys, so I got the car lowered and man, you can tell a big difference. Look at this side here with the spacer, nice and flush. Remember that fitment? Now let's go look at the other side, which is still OEM, no spacer. Look how far in the wheel is. That is a big difference. You can see the arch in there, the fender liner. Wheels about here and the wheel's already gone. Let's go back to the other side. Really good difference. Very happy about that. The back as well looks really good. Here's the little back profile. There's a little bit more in the top tire, but that's because I have the car lowered, so the camber is actually in. Right now it naturally has like maybe 2 degrees of camber. If I were to put camber arms in here and straighten it out, then it'll be, you know, nice and flush. But the 15 mil really brings it out perfectly, not too much, not too little. This side's gonna be the same thing. Perfect profile. Gotta love it, man. Bonoss, again, awesome. 15 millimeter spacers. There they are in there. Looking very good. Here's this side. Nice flush fitment. So there you go. If you guys are wondering what Swift's lowering springs plus the Bonoss 15 millimeter spacers look like, there it is. And in my opinion, I think it looks amazing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video on the spacers. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Until next time guys, take care and have a great day.